that we have to discuss here on manhourradio.com is the injury to CJ Gardner-Johnson. As you guys know by now, CJ Gardner-Johnson has been diagnosed with a lacerated kidney that he suffered on the first quarter of the Sunday night game versus the Packers. Him and Christian Watson kind of collided in the middle of the field. It didn't look like a whole lot, but he looked like he was definitely he was hurting, right? He was definitely hurting on that field. So let's give some background of CJ Gardner-Johnson. Right now, he leads the NFL in interceptions, and he is probably the staple of this Philadelphia Eagles defense right now. So is it an overreaction or underreaction that if the loss of CJ Gardner-Johnson will definitely affect the Eagles moving forward and cause them to be a first-round playoff exit? So on hindsight, on the surface, I would say yes. 100% over or not an overreaction, right? What has been helping the Philadelphia Eagles is their solid defense, holding teams under 14 points. You know, shutting down their passing game and the running game, making teams one-dimensional. But then we saw a guy in Reed Blankenship come in, and he absolutely. This guy jumped off the tape at me. He was flying around. He was loving it. And he got his first career interception versus Aaron freaking Rodgers. Now, if you guys do not know who Reed Blankenship is, you probably shouldn't, because he was a rookie free agent, right? So he went through all 7 rounds of the draft, and the Eagles like, well, you know, we're going to give you a chance at camp. Come to camp and show up and do your work. And guys, go back and watch that tape. That interception that Reed Blankenship had, he T-stepped it, and he came up and he came flying up the field. This guy was a man on the mission, and he was loving life out there. He reminded me of Brian Dawkins out there. Now, I'm saying he's not as good as Brian Dawkins. Like, don't get it twisted, but he reminded me of Brian Dawkins just flying around. So is it an overreaction or underreaction that CJ Gardner-Johnson will probably miss of the rest of the season? It is not an overreaction because of the play of Reed Blankenship. Guys, Reed Blankenship is going to earn himself a contract. This kid, man, oh man, like he got me fired up the way he was playing out there. Like how fast he came and got that interception. I freaking loved it. I loved it. And I'm a passive Cowboys fan. Where's my Cowboys hat? Like, the Cowboys are my number 2 team. So to say that about the Philadelphia Eagles, you guys know, like, this guy is amazing. So Philadelphia Eagles fans, don't overreact because CJ Gardner-Johnson is out. Yes, it might affect, you know, the foreseeable future, like this week and the next week, but long term, Reed Blankenship, he is going to do good things, guys. He is going to be a lockdown safety in the NFL. This kid is freaking. For checking out that man-hour clip. If you're interested in the next video, click the link right here. Of course, subscribe right here. And always join us Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. East Coast time, right here where you're watching this clip. And as always, Man Hour Nation, rise up.